So I will invite you to join the audience, and I'm really happy to welcome Matt Gray, the president of BuiltWorlds, and Dai OHAMA, general manager of Incubation Office at KAJIMA, for a fireside chat.
Thank you. Dai, do you have a are you presenting? Yes. Excellent. Let you go ahead.
Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you. So thank you very much for having me here in BuiltWorlds Paris Summit. So at this session, I'm going to make a quick presentation in the first 15 minutes. So my name is Dai OHAMA from KAJIMA Corporation. I'm a general manager of the Innovation and Incubation Office. My background is civil engineering design for 10 years, construction management for 8 years, and I'm in charge of innovation team for about 7.5 years. So why am I here? So there was a BuiltWorlds Tokyo Summit last year, and we hosted a pre-event like this. And we had our demo of autonomous construction test field, and we invited Kevin from Banshee here. So that's why I'm here. So now I'm going to talk about a quick overview of the KAJIMA Corporation. KAJIMA was established in 1840. Our headquarters is located in Tokyo, Japan. Our business field are civil engineering construction, building construction, real estate development, and design engineering. So these are some of the examples about the civil infrastructure by KAJIMA, in which I was as a designer and project manager, such as bridges, tunnels, airports, railways, energy facilities, and so on. These are the example of a building construction by KAJIMA, from commercial building, residential building, even renewable castle. We are currently working on the data center and semiconductor factory. So this is a fact. Last year, the number of employees more than 23,000, and we're doing business both domestic and overseas. The revenue last year was $20 billion US, 70% from Japan, 30% from the overseas. But unfortunately, we have a small portion of the business in Europe. It's just 1.7%. So there are two unique points in KAJIMA. The first one is to cover all phases of the project, from early planning, design, construction, operation, and maintenance. The second one is to conduct R&D by ourselves. We have our own technical research institute where there are more than 330 researchers, and we are going to invest $500 million in the next 3 years. So let me talk about strategy of R&D. As I said, revenue was $20 billion US, and R&D investment was last year's $149 million, which is 1.4% of the revenue. And there are more than 300 R&D projects, including 12 flagship projects, which is 30% of the investment. So this is a history of the investment of R&D. In 2005, that was just 65 million, and last year was 150 million, which is 2.3 times as much. So these are the R&D fee, such as civil engineering, building engineering, environment, disaster prevention, and advanced ICT. I'm going to talk about advanced ICT right after this. So this is a vision of the technology development, CAF, construction as a factory, which is to the optimization of on-site activities like a factory. This is technological management, such as work analysis, visualization, digitalization, mechanization, and automation. So for KAJIMA, automation is not just about replacing operators or reducing the number of people. It is about achieving optimization. For example, on the left side, a skilled operator is leveling a pile of soil, and it takes 12 passes to complete. On the other hand, on the right side, computer simulation accomplishes the same task in 8 passes. The belief that skilled operators is the best can be challenged by computer simulation. In this case, productivity improves by 33%. This is the significance of the automation. So now let me talk about the next generation construction system, quad axle. So quad axles means automated, autonomous, advanced, accelerated construction. Let me show this video. Please have a look at this.
Quad axle is a next-generation construction system ensuring productivity, safety, and quality. 5 different types of 23 automated heavy equipment are used in the Naruse Dam. These heavy equipment units operate continuously, day and night. The world's first automated construction project is now underway. The control room is the hub of automated construction. Dam body construction commenced in 2020. Automated heavy equipment is introduced in accordance with the construction process and operates autonomously in coordination and linkage with each other. Smooth construction with optimal technology maximizes productivity, and autonomous operation technology adjusts movement to meet site conditions. KAJIMA Corporation is seeking to transform itself from a general contractor to an advanced IT general contractor by creating a construction site as a factory using this quad axle system.
Okay, so now I'm talking about quad axles a little more. So since 2015, we have been applying automation mainly at the dam construction site. The first 3 projects are just R&D, but quad axle has been applied through the entire project and completed last year as an actual project of Naruse Dam. So Naruse Dam is located in Akita Prefecture, northern part of Japan, with a volume of approximately 4.8 million cubic meters and a height of 140 meters, which is the largest trapezoidal CSG dam in Japan. So Naruse Dam is located in a heavy snowfall area, and construction is only possible from mid-April to mid-November. To complete the project between 2020 and 2024, 230,000 cubic meters needed to be constructed monthly, making the schedule extremely tight. By applying quad axle, we achieve the high productivity, safety, and stable quality, enabling large-scale, high-speed construction continuously dam and day-night. So at Naruse Dam, it took up to 72 hours to construct one lift of 75 centimeters. Automated construction achieved stable quality and high productivity. As a result, we set the Japanese record for monthly construction volume at dam site within Japan. Its high productivity and safety were recognized by the government, and the project received the Infrastructure DX Grant Award. So in automated construction, the more machines operated by one person, the higher the labor saving rate and productivity. Unlike remote controlled operation, like radio control, where one person operates one machine. Automated construction involves monitoring machines that perform pre-planned tasks automatically. This allows one person to operate multiple machines. At Naruse Dam, there are 3 people operated 14 automated machines across 3 types such as dump truck, dozer, and roller. Since the machines operated 24 hours a day, productivity doubled with a 2-shift system and tripled with a 3-shift system. From 2020 to 2022, operations were controlled from a control room near the dam. However, from 2023 to 2024, operations were managed remotely from a controlling center of our head office, 700 kilometers away from the job site. So at Naruse Dam, we continuously improved work efficiency by implementing the PDCA cycle. As a result, automated bulldozer achieved approximately twice the speed of manual operation in leveling tasks. This allows for a reduction in the number of machines used in manual work or enables smaller size machines to be used with the same number of units. So automated construction has an effect on reducing CO2 emissions as well. Since automation construction optimizes the paths taken by heavy machinery, it requires less movement compared to manned operations, which reduces the fuel consumption and suppresses the CO2 emissions. Both fuel consumption and amount of work travel are 30% lower in automated operations compared to manned operation. So automated construction was applied to disaster recovery site outside of the dam project. The work involved constructing a sediment control dam directly below large-scale collapsed slope caused by heavy rain. Entering the area directly below the slope was prohibited, and the project was issued with a condition of remote-controlled construction. Remote-controlled machinery or radio-controlled operation is inefficient, achieving only about 60 to 70% of the productivity of manual work. In response, automated bulldozer and automated vibrating rollers were introduced for backfilling work behind the concrete retaining wall, significantly improved the efficiency. So let me talk about the tunnel. Please have a look at this
Numerous
video as well.
manual operations are still inevitable at the tunnel face, where there is always the danger of collapsing. KAJIMA has been moving forward with the mechanization and automation of the 6 construction steps, excluding charging, which are all critical for tunnel excavation. Wheel loader with laser sensors made automated mucking operation possible, even in the non-GPS environment. In-house GPS and SLAM with laser sensors could detect the self-positioning and facilities around the machine in real time. The automated wheel loader can insert its bucket into the muck pile and scoops it. Then it travels backward to the hopper, and there, it turns its wheel quickly and dumps the muck into the hopper. In actual construction work, the average mucking operation requires 50 to 70 round trips for an average 50 meters between the face and the hopper, but automation frees the operator from long, arduous hours of work. KAJIMA has developed an automated shotcrete machine and nozzle operating system, which can be controlled with an optimum plan, which understands the basic spray test data and can create optimum spraying procedure based on the sprayed surface condition. This automated shotcrete system can control the nozzle operation according to not only the surface condition, but also different types of sprayed surfaces, such as the tunnel face, the backside of the steel support, and side wall. This automated shotcrete system can spray the concrete with a 2 centimeter accuracy of thickness.
Okay, so quite acid flow tunnel has been still under development. In phase 1, development was carried out in a simulated tunnel, but in phase 2, we dug an actual real test tunnel ourselves and have been developing the technology. So automated construction was in addition of the wheel loader and shotcrete, we have developed drilling, charging, and blasting. Its productivity has been improved by 20%. So also the shotcrete has been developed much more. The shotcrete in the video is a single nozzle type, but we have achieved the 2 nozzles, which leads to the productivity twice. So let me talk about the challenge of quad axle. So we have achieved a significant progress at the Nausedam. However, we still have to have manned operation. For example, step slope, end compaction, step elimination. Also, dozer discharge can only create automatic construction plans for linear construction similar to lane work. Dam tracks operate only on well-maintained level steps. So, roller, dozer, dam can only move as programmed in advance and cannot autonomously respond to changes in the situation. So in order to improve these challenges, we need eyes and brain. When this dozer sees the object, it has to think, where is the target object? What is it? What is its shape? Simultaneously, when the dozer judges the works, it has to think, is the work proceeding as planned? How should it be modified? Therefore, it is necessary to have eyes to understand the situation and the brain to make judgments and to take action. So we have also been working on the development of the robotics for the building construction like this. However, because they do not have eyes and brain, it still requires a human intervention. So the key point here is the fact that the environment of a job site continues to change frequently. The task is not coming in front of the robot as like a factory. A robot must go to some specific area to do something accordingly. Therefore, robots absolutely need an autonomous eyes and brain, which leads to the automation. So KAJIMA has been developing a technology like quad axle and robotics mostly in-house. However, creating eyes and brain is beyond what a construction company like us can do. This is why open innovation is mandatory. For example, we made a Feed AI spun out from NASA JPL with cutting-edge autonomous controlling technology. This technology is revolutionary as it can autonomously control not just quad-wrap robots, but any mobile-type device. By integrating this control technology into quad axle and robotics, we aim to achieve true autonomous, and we are currently working on it. So let me wrap up. The introduction of quad axle makes it possible to operate multiple sites remotely. Moving forward, we aim to widely promote quad axle and transition from decentralized management at individual site to centralized management through remote control centers, contributing to solving challenges in the construction industry. This will enable optimal placement and assignment of construction machinery and workers, leading to labor saving and improvement in working conditions. With no people present at the work site, labor accidents will be completely eliminated, ensuring safety, standardization of work, optimization of construction plans, and project schedules will improve productivity and reduce CO2 emission. So far, the introduction of quad axle has focusing on dam and tunnel sites. But moving forward, we plan to expand its application to various types of works, such as earthwork construction. To achieve this, quad axle team, which has been directly managing automated construction operators, will establish a system that allows other construction companies to operate it independently, promoting a broader adoption. In addition, we aim to expand not only within Japan, but also to global infrastructure development. Looking further ahead, we are also participating in joint research with JAXA, like NASA in Japan, to contribute to space exploration project. So anyway, this is the last slide. There will be a BuiltWorlds Tokyo Summit this year as well. So like last year, we're going to have this kind of demonstration or something. So thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you. Thank you, Dai. Yes, this is really incredible. Kevin has given me a few minutes to give a bit of context on this discussion, if that's all right, because this is really the realization of an incredible, I don't even think I could say dream, for me to find myself. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Matt Gray. I'm founder of BuiltWorlds, and I grew up in the construction industry. At the age of 29, I became president of my family's construction business in the Midwest, and I looked around, and we were in Chicago, in the heartland of the United States, and I looked around and saw outmoded systems and wanted to try to do something about it. Did not have any access to anything like venture capital at the time, but was able to go to some of the construction companies in the area, some of the leadership, and make a pitch that, hey, there are better ways to do things. Fax machines are maybe not the wave of the future, and perhaps we could migrate people onto this thing called the internet. And I was fortunate that there were some construction company leaders in our area who saw that. I think in the industry, we're very passionate about our projects, and I think we, as engineers, builders, we sort of innately want things to be better, and we see those opportunities, and it gnaws at us. So we were able to get that done, and then in 2012, we merged that company with another Chicago-based company, and that became the first publicly traded construction tech company in the world ever. 2013 was the IPO of Textura. It was a $650 million IPO, and it was just an amazing experience. And from that, I gained a sense of what is possible when the industry comes together, when it gives audience and oxygen to people working in the industry who see problems and see opportunities to do things better. And if those people, those entrepreneurs and technologists who more often than not come from within our own industry, see those opportunities, and they have a way to garner the support of industry, the support of risk capital, critically important, something that just did not exist in abundance before, and then can foster those solutions, real change can happen in the industry in a way that couldn't previously happen. And so after that sale, I wanted to understand what other possibilities would be there. It was 2013. Facebook had just bought Instagram the year prior in an effort to try to embrace mobile. So we launched a very aggressive social media campaign to build a community to see who might be out there, who would be interested in being part of this broad-based effort to advance the industry and provide for those entrepreneurs and those technologists who want to bring solutions into this industry that will drive real change, to provide them with the capital and the industry support to make that happen. Never in my dreams did I imagine that based on that blog and that newsletter, we would be contacted by these firms from very far away places to us sitting in Chicago, in Tokyo in Japan, in Paris, in France, who shared the same passion and the same interest. And so in 2018, we came here, we hosted our first event in Paris. We visited this facility right after it opened, and immediately we saw a connection, and we were energized by a kindred spirit to really try to do something significant to make this industry better. Later that year, we took a gamble and we started a conference in Silicon Valley, and we met another firm. Vinci, who one of Dai's colleagues showed up at that conference. They had come to Silicon Valley because they too were interested in understanding how the industry could be better and how we can mobilize both our industry expertise, risk capital, and also the spirit of technology and industry to make this industry move. And that's really what BuiltWorlds has been about around the world, and it has been an enormous honor and a pleasure to be able to work with so many people that I see here today on this, and to be around a company like KAJIMA. Yes, they were kind enough to invite us, just as Vinci has been, to come to Tokyo. We go in October to Tokyo for the summit to see their very impressive facilities and these efforts. We don't, in the United States, have a single firm that invests $150 million a year in R&D in construction that is a contractor. So there is nothing like that for us. So it's extremely beneficial to the industry to be able to have these global efforts where we can exchange information and we can learn from one another, and together we can hopefully make this industry more than incrementally, but exponentially better than it is today. So that's the idea. So with that, Dai, let's have a quick conversation. All right. So, this is extremely impressive, your efforts around robotics and automation in the industry. Can you tell us what motivates a company like KAJIMA to make an effort like this?
Okay, so as I explained, so the most important thing is the optimization of the construction site. So, long time ago, we invited the engineer from Toyota, and we have a confidence about we are doing well for very, very efficiently. But what you are saying is that, the workers are working leisurely, they seem to be idle. Is there any something? Are there anything they can do? That's a very, very shock to us. So do you know the reason why Toyota guys wear hat? You know that? You know that?
Why? No, tell us.
Okay. So our Toyota employees don't want to brushing their hair up, something like this. the action of something like this is considered wasteful. That's why they are wearing a hat. So from such a company to pursue the productivity to such extent, what we are doing seems to be really inefficient. Since then, we have been committed to improve the productivity and to achieve the optimization of the construction site based on the construction as a factory.
Fascinating. I recall when I was starting out in the industry when Toyota built its first plant in Kentucky. It was quite eye-opening for those of us who were used to working with General Motors, which at the time thought it was at the top of its game and clearly was not. So I sympathize with that idea. But then let's talk about robotics in construction, automation of equipment. Many people think this is maybe not an area worth investing in because it seems to be something that is going to take a long time to bring to fruition. Do you share that view, or what are your thoughts about the time horizon for commercialization of this area?
Sure. So the Naruse Dam project, which I showed in the slide, in that project, there are not any construction, any job site workers to operate that automation. Not by them, but by the quad axle team based on the head office. So the engineers at the job site thinks that, oh, this is really time wasting, waste of time. So even if we introduce robotics or automated construction, we still have to do the conventional work as well as the new operation. So robotics, automated construction is considered as additional work, which requires human intervention. So if you need human intervention, even if automated construction, robotics can help us, construction workers, the engineers at their job site do not want to do that. So the key point is that free autonomy. If you have a full autonomy, you don't need to consider additional work. So, for example, as I said, the field AI's technology is to the controlling the fully autonomous technology. So, by introducing that full autonomous controlling technology, I believe that it will accelerate not only our R&D, but also deploying the robotics and automated construction to the job site.
Wonderful. Yeah, it's fascinating to see that project, and appreciated getting more of a glimpse of it when we were in Tokyo in October as well. Maybe talk, since we're here today with Vinci and there are people from so many other places. You mentioned NASA and other groups. I know there are many groups you're partnering with. Do you have particular thoughts about other ways to partner with, successes with others across the industry, or how will you think about advancing this effort going forward?
Okay, so in Japan, there is an organization called RX Consortium. RX means Robotics Transformation Consortium. So the idea is that every construction company is trying to work on the R&D of the robotics and automation of the construction, but it's a waste of resource. So in a cooperative area, it's a good idea for us to get together and to work on. But because we are only working on the same market, we are competitors, compete with each other. As a result, not all of the construction companies do not want to show their key or core technology, which leads to the waste of time. So no incentive, no motivation for the RX Consortium, which is really very bad example. So from learning that case, I believe that collaborating with an overseas construction company leads to the success because we don't work in the same market. So, for example, a French construction company utilizes the KAJIMA's technology. It should be great, and it should be leads to the market standardization of the technology. So that's why our team are exploring the opportunity to work with the overseas construction company through the BuiltWorlds platform.
It's wonderful. Yes, I think it's been a fascinating thing to see the way that this global network has taken shape and allowed people who are working on similar problems but aren't maybe such direct competitors to find opportunities to work together, as well as to support the startups and the new technology companies. You mentioned several of them that you're working with as well. That becomes another sort of indirect way that companies can work together without having to sit in the same room in the consortiums that styles that had existed in the past. So definitely appreciate that. And of course, I guess I would also highlight, I think another thing that you, companies like KAJIMA, companies like Vinci, companies like Bouygues do, and perhaps BuiltWorlds supports this effort, is really lead by example, highlight case studies, give. There are in the United States 700,000 construction companies. They do not have the kinds of facilities and resources that companies like KAJIMA have, or companies like Vinci have. But a couple of representatives of those mid-sized companies are actually here today who've traveled, and their opportunity to see what's possible and be exposed to what's actually happening in the industry is critically inspirational for motivating all of those companies around the world and all of those locked up entrepreneurs around the world who are within those companies to try to develop new solutions and to show the investors around the world that this is a dynamic industry and a great place and a great time to invest. So on behalf of, I think, the whole ecosystem, I'd just like to thank you and Kevin, the Vinci team, the KAJIMA team, for sharing not only with us in this room today, but sharing so generously with the entire ecosystem. Really, I think it's a very powerful way of demonstrating and inspiring. So thank you.
Thank you very much.